What's up, mortgage coach community? I am with Graham Pruitt out of Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C. Baller mortgage coach. What's up, dude?
What's going on, man? Good to be with you.
What's going on? Man, we're just crushing it.
Yeah,
You know, I
crazy
bit
year.
off quite a bit helping Todd Bookspan with this Modern Mortgage Summit. So I am
Cool.
slammed between my regular job at Mortgage Coach, and I thought like, oh, this is going to be like just doing a whole lot of interviews all at once. And I won't do a bunch of interviews because I'll just be helping Todd with this event, but it's been kind of busy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got a lot of people who are mortgage coaches. You know, we got a lot of things going on. So
Yeah.
everybody
No,
loves to, and everybody seems to love to share with the community what they're doing and what's working. So there's no shortage of topics to talk about, right?
That is for sure. I mean, this mortgage coach community is just the best loan officers in America.
Oh yeah.
And you and I are going to talk about LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And is it a legit strategy for mortgage professionals?
Sure.
Which I think we both agree it is. In fact, I'm going to ping Dan Keller and see if he can jump on while we're having this conversation.
Absolutely. And I'm going to preface this. I'm no LinkedIn pro, but I think in its basics, at its foundation, that's where a lot of the people that we want to do business with are. So when you look
Right.
at it, you really just can look at it as a place to softly reach out to people and try to connect with them, and then turn it into, that next level relationship. And that's really all I've been doing.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. So for anybody listening to this interview happened because I made a post. I use LinkedIn. Now, again, I'm an entrepreneur of a SaaS-based company that wants to create community engagement and value for the mortgage industry. There's a lot of C-suite leaders in the mortgage business on there, and it's great for me. I mean, I feel like I create a lot of value. I get a lot of value. And for the kind of business model I have, it works. There's no doubt about it.
No doubt.
And I think it's also been proven out that guys that are regionals and recruiters in the mortgage business, they're getting a lot of value out of it.
Sure.
Proven. Referral-based local loan officers, should they be playing the LinkedIn game? Not sure yet. Now, instinctually, just to me, people on LinkedIn own homes, buy homes, and a lot of them are good referral partners. So to me, instinctually, I'm like, if I was a loan officer and I was using social media, like if I was using Facebook and Instagram, and I was just a kind of loan officer that was creating content, LinkedIn would just be an extension of that. It's a no-brainer. And I know what caught my eye and what started this conversation is Gary Vee made a post that LinkedIn is where Facebook was. I think it was in 2012, where Facebook was in 2012. That's LinkedIn today. And so basically saying it's huge opportunity, ground zero.
Bingo.
to use it. So few people were like discounting that. What's your take? And you didn't discount it. You said I kill it on LinkedIn. So I want to know, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing to kill it on LinkedIn?
Well, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't using some sort of technology to help me, right? Because who's got time to send, who's got time to hunt for it and send out the messages to try to get people to link up with you? So I found a company that is a little bit automated to where I can put in the criteria of who I want to connect with. I can set up sequences to where, it sends an intro email. Hey, LinkedIn said that we should connect. I'd love to reach out and just see if our business is, whatever you want to say to introduce yourself, right? And they connect with you, and then you can set it up for that 3 days later. Another message goes out that says, hey, listen, here's my goal in the financial planning industry. I want to be a resource to advisors in the local area for their clients that have questions related to mortgages. Here's an example. And so I want to just say, if you go to the Mortgage Coach website and you go to the Mortgage Coach strategies page, you've got tons of strategies here to where you can basically just rip off what other guys in the community are doing, create a video, create a Mortgage Coach, obviously create one of those.
By the way, I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm pulling it up and showing it on my computer right now.
Yeah, please do.
So
please do.
So guys, just so you know what he's talking about, you go to mortgagecoach.com and then you go to connect, or no, it's lender services, mortgage coach strategies right here.
Yep.
And what we've done here is we've taken what are some of the most common strategies in the marketplace, interviews that I've done. And if you click on any one of these, you click on it like Denise Donahue, it's not only going to have an interview where she goes through it, but it's going to have links to her actual TCAs. So we created it as like a training resource, and you get both the interview and the video,
right,
and you get a link to the TCA. So I want to just set the table so people knows what it is. And I'll put a link, like in the video you're watching this on YouTube, there'll be a link down below to the Mortgage Coach YouTube strategy. So
it's smart. It's smart. There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of strategies people are missing. So I just, my buddy Craig Strent, who's just around the Beltway over here, has got an old, it's an old video, but he's got a strategy on, obviously comparing a 30 versus 15 and investing the difference and those kinds of things. So I basically just took that strategy, created my own video, made it a general marketing video, and I use that link and I do that in one of the messages that I'll send to a financial advisor. And say, here's a way that I can help preserve assets in, under management for you. Here's a video and an analysis that I do for my clients. And so I'll put that little link in the message on the LinkedIn, and it pops up, right? It's got that pretty little image that pops up, and they can view that. So they can look at that at 11 o'clock at night when they're just kind of settling in or whatnot, and they can view it. And
is this the one right here, by the way?
That's the one.
Correct. Yeah. So guys, just go to that Financial Pro. And I personally think what Craig teaches here, no one teaches it better than Craig.
Right.
And this 30 versus 15 is just like, you want to be a black belt in mortgage advice, you need to know how to do this strategy.
Beautiful.
In fact, I invited Craig to be a teacher at the Modern Mortgage Summit coming up on 10/20, and he is going to teach this strategy. So you got it right here, but he is going to create a quick down and dirty how-to video on it. Yeah, but that's cool. So that's what you're using.
Yeah, and what I found honestly is a lot of these financial advisors, they don't have a mortgage advisor that they're married to. Maybe they met somebody or just by chance they have a friend or something like that. But you present something like this to them, and from what I've found is they love it. They really appreciate that type of advice. They love the platform. They love the fact that it's different than what everybody else is doing. And so that's sort of like the foot in the door.
So let's recap this, because I did invite Dan Keller. I don't know if he's going to be able to join us. I forgot to put him on the invite to this because he was going to join us. Because Dan Keller is killing it on Facebook. Yep. He's killing it on Instagram. And he's like, Dave, I want to experiment with this LinkedIn thing. So he's already agreed that he is going to start creating content on LinkedIn as a referral-based local mortgage professional.
Well, I think there's two approaches, right? You've got the content creation where you're just constantly pushing out content to try to get people to see what you're doing and then know, like, trust you and maybe reach out or something like that. This is more direct to the people that you want to be in touch with, whether or not it's realtors, financial advice. Yep. I mean, I do it for divorce attorneys too. I'm reaching out and connecting them that way. So it's just a slightly different approach in LinkedIn versus what I think most people are doing, which is the content creation, which I know he does a lot of. So
there are two different strategies. So if you're listening to this on LinkedIn, and I create content, and I also reach out and do that. So I do both, but there is no doubt the audience on LinkedIn buy homes, own homes, and many of them are great referral partners. So it sounds like your strategy is you're saying, hey, in my market, I'm identifying financial planners and I'm using it as a reach out tool to financial planners. And then you said divorce attorneys. So you're being very, niche,
strategic,
centric. Now, are you creating any content? Are you creating content on LinkedIn?
Nothing professional. But, I'm putting stuff on there. I'll do videos, market update videos, kind of.
Well, dude,
time
out. Yeah. What do you mean nothing professional? First of all, if people put professional stuff on there, it's not as attractive as just organic, local, real world content.
Sure. Yeah. To answer your question, nothing consistently.
Okay, so nothing
Yep.
consistently,
Nothing consistent.
and maybe you see like Stan's content and it's better or something. I don't know,
Sure.
but I want to push the mortgage coach community to use LinkedIn, experiment with this.
Yep.
Now, if you're not a content creator, I'm not saying we haven't proved it out yet. Like I don't have a bunch of Grahams, and Dan Keller hasn't proved it out. So it is a new platform. It is a new opportunity. I do think in every market, my guess is there are CPAs and financial planners and divorce attorneys, the wealth team
Right.
that are super active, and that it's a good reach out tool to get meetings. And I
Yep.
do believe that creating content now, I think is different content because it's a business environment. And so
Sure.
you need to be creating content like, let me show you how I do a refi versus a move up analysis. Let me show you how I'm going to help you build wealth by making better mortgage decisions. So I think the content and the way you create your brand on LinkedIn, it's different. Instead of it's like,
different.
hey, I'm Dave Savage, dad of 2 kids. My son plays lacrosse. I love fly fishing. That's my call it Facebook brand and
Right.
the content I create for Facebook and LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram. Content I create in LinkedIn, it's like, no, I'm a SaaS technology entrepreneur, or hey,
Yep.
I'm a mortgage professional that goes beyond the transaction and I help people create wealth with real estate. You got to have like a business message. Do you agree with that?
I'd agree. I think you'll have some content creators on LinkedIn that say you can probably go in both directions on LinkedIn now, right? You can go sort of the, family, you can kind of do that stuff and sort of the non-businessy,
I'm not
but
buying it.
yeah, I mean, people are there. So LinkedIn, a lot of recruiters on LinkedIn. You got a lot of corporate people pushing messages out there right now.
There's a lot of spam. I mean, I feel
There's
like
a lot of spam, ton of spam. Oh yeah, trying to
I
break
feel like
through, I think on LinkedIn's hard.
Yeah, like I think my biggest issue is like I feel like my messenger box, it's not a messenger box, it's a spam box. I mean, it's
Is that
just
what?
I
Yep.
get barraged
Do
with
you?
people, but I do know it's a numbers game.
But most
And
people, I mean, well, you have a big audience and there's a lot of people that know who you are and maybe you're coming after your business, but most people don't. Like their messenger box is not, it's like zippy, it's zippy.
Right.
So, financial planners don't exactly put themselves out there a lot. They've got a LinkedIn profile, but they're very reserved on probably what they're doing on Facebook and stuff like that. They're just probably treating that for their personal. So it's a great way to reach those professionals in a professional way.
What do you say in your message? And anything you're willing to share, any secrets
Yeah,
with the
sure.
mortgage coach community, dude?
I mean, well, so the program that I use is Connected. So KENNECTED, Connected. It's a technology platform on LinkedIn that allows you to set up this auto stuff, right? Let's see here. So financial planner. So first message that maybe goes out to a planner says, hey, John, your name came up on LinkedIn as someone I should connect with. Wanted to reach out and introduce myself. Let's connect and explore ways we might be able to benefit one another's network, right? So it's just a general introduction, right? They're going to look at my LinkedIn page. They're going to see that I'm a mortgage coach and a divorce real estate professional. They're going to look at it and they're going to go, this guy seems like he's legit. Okay, I'll be friends with him. Right. So he links with me and then, another message goes out. Hey, thanks so much for connecting. One of my career goals specific to the financial planning community is to be a very well-trusted resource when it comes to real estate. Here's a wonderful example of how I help preserve assets in your portfolio and help your clients make wise decisions. Click this link and it's a mortgage coach presentation. Boom. And it's right there. And it's the 15 versus 30 that Craig Strant's got up on his thing.
What do financial planners think of that? When they see that and you walk them through it.
They love it. They're like, wow, I've never seen anything like this before. This is really professional. We love it.
So guys, there you have it.
And then it circulates, and then it circulates around their office. And then next thing you know, 2 or 3 of the other advisors are calling you for advice, and their clients want to refinance or they want to purchase. So,
dude, that is so huge, and I can't wait to see the mortgage coach community just light this up.
And it's automatic. And that's the point of it. Like, who's got time to type all that stuff up? You want if somebody doesn't want to link with you, they won't link with you. If they do, and they look at your profile and they think it would be a good connection, they will. And so for the people that do, they get these messages and then we connect and I hit them up.
Would you do me a favor? One, I'd love to see a screenshot of one of your messages. And would you mind also sharing a link to one of your TCAs? Just, I want to introduce the idea, guys. I think being intentional with LinkedIn always makes sense. Like, you should have a professional LinkedIn profile.
Right.
It's Google bait, so you should have a good profile. You should, I'm not saying going crazy and I create content every day on LinkedIn.
Right.
I don't necessarily think loan officers should be doing that, but should you be creating content every week? And some of the content you're putting in other places, should you put it into LinkedIn? Absolutely. And should you do some searches to identify who are the CPAs, financial planners, wealth team in your market that are active? And should you be messaging them with some examples of TCAs? It's not about the TCA, it's about the strategy. Because at the end of the day, if those financial planners knew that there was a loan officer like you that's helping their families make better decisions, they would want them to work with you. They know that that's good for their clients. So I love what you're doing, Graham.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty easy. It's not very difficult. So I'm happy to share. So I'll share some images of what it looks like in Messenger and what some responses people have had. And then I'll just share what the link is. And so people can go to that TCA.
Cool. So I'm going to push this into our YouTube channel, into our Facebook group. We will keep this conversation going. If you are having success with financial planners, which, guys, it's a refi market. So every financial planner would love for their loan officers, their borrowers, to talk to a mortgage coach versus just out there in the wild getting refis. Yes. So, I know this month, everybody's having the most record-breaking month they've ever had. And you probably don't have time to do this reach out. But guys, you should figure it out. For you big teams out there, you should just hire an assistant. Their job is to be a past client concierge. And you probably could justify it by just having them reaching out to all the CPAs and financial planners out there. Wally Elderberry, I'm going to forward this to you. We'll see what Wally thinks about this. Dan Keller, I know, is going to jump all over this strategy in the Seattle market. And so, guys, let's keep this going. Graham, would you be willing to come back to a Friday mastermind and talk about this?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I might even want a how-to video from you. I think we've got a pretty full stack of content for our Modern Mortgage Summit on 10/20. If you're watching this and you haven't signed up for the Modern Mortgage Summit, guys, they'll put a link down below. It's only $100. Are you going to check out that event by any chance?
I didn't know of it.
Oh,
wait. Well, I should, right?
Yeah. Go to modernmortgagesummit.com.
Okay.
And I've got 28 loan officers that this year they account for over $4 billion in production.
Jeez.
The average production of the loan officers on the stage is over 300 loans already for the year. So just powerhouses. Yep. And they're going to be sharing a bunch of how-to videos. I've got 7 keynote speakers: Jeremy Forcier, Shayla Gifford.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, go down below. Graham, you should sign up, check it out. And if you do create a how-to video, like maybe how to use LinkedIn to get meetings with financial planners, I don't think I could put it on the live show.
Right.
But when people sign up, there's an on-demand part of it that's available for 30 days. If you make a how-to video, I'll get it into the platform. If you're up for it.
I can do that.
All right. I'll forward you a link on how to do that, guys. Give us a like if you got value from this. If you have questions, put them down below. If you are a mortgage LinkedIn success story, I want to know about it because I think this strategy has legs, and that's my job. Bring value to the mortgage coaching community. I think this is value.
And if anybody has any questions, they can hit me up.
Graham, you the man, dude.
See you, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, man.